and I don't write for front page. Front page today, and these are the things I will talk to you about, says, Trump tells JNB to get ArcelorMittal Liberia NDA done when Boyka went to Guinea for the inauguration of his colleague. I tell you that I brought this to show. You may think that you have your country in your hand, but there are people who are playing on it. And the only place they confuse you, that I don't want you to continue to be confused, to change the strategy and the tactics, that this so-called corruption that everybody is only looking at one way like this, it's time now for us to begin to look on the opposite side of that corruption. Fear, scariness, our inability to stand up and fight for the Liberian people. I want us to begin to start that other strategy. From my experience, this is what I think is killing our country. Number 3, they say they should keep us weak, that we should never be industrialized. So we cannot be innovators. We should only be workers just to work and take salary on a monthly basis. 4, he said education, our education system should never work. Now imagine that. How many times have they invested in the University of Liberia? How many times the great power that we claim, that we love, that we run after every day? What is the interest into this into our University of Liberia? Even the university offender was built by the Chinese man who everybody condemned today. When you wear a shirt, they say that Chinese t-shirt, you do only want a Chinese this. But it is a Chinese man that built an extension, at least, on the importance of education. What have they done? They will never do it. This is their philosophy. Then the 4th one, he said, the 5th one here, he says, they own the media. Make sure that the media, because when you stand up to talk, then the media, they go to them and say, your deal with Duncan. First of all, this is who Duncan is. Tell the people Duncan is this, Duncan is that. Then the media come on and say, oh, that man a Duncan talking, Duncan is this, Duncan is that. And you too, you say, oh, but who cares for Duncan? And so those are the 5 strategies that Dior have said. And so understanding that your poverty is not just by mistake, it is categorical lies, it is tactically placed. That as much as you are ignorant and suffering, they are on our here taking our gold, our diamond, our iron ore. And look at, you see, with all of the suffering, the man who are packed in the car, packed as an old car, he comes in, he says, all right, I have had 12 years of experience as vice president. It is time. The very law that is keeping us in poverty and destitute is the same law he has come and repeated twice, just in 2 years. The first one is your oil. And I want you to know, the white man don't go no more go again to start looking for oil again in 1847. Oil? No oil. I think a year, no. They have built international mineral satellites. And the satellites they build, they find every mineral resource that you have in your country. They don't have to come to look for it. They see it from the satellite view. And they know the deposit, they know the quantity. So when they are coming to you to negotiate, they know what they are coming to negotiate for. Now, they want oil that during early time they came and it slowed down. And they come back again in a few days. There must be something about this oil that they know that they're taking the time to decide to come for. And the disappointment that I have with Joseph Boyka government is very simple. The same ability to let them take 97 cents and give us 3 cents is being transcended into this. What did he do? Into the book, first of all, you have a book that we call the agreement, the MD or whatever they call it, divided into 2. Instead of us saying that, okay, let's give them the right to explore, let's give them the right to go and look for the oil. No. That one book, it says, let them go look for it. And when they find it, let them take this. They say when they find it, they'll come back and let's discuss quantity and then supply. No. They say, give it to them. Let them go look. When they find it, when you dig, because the oil that we have as a country runs within the ocean. It is not a land base on our land, even though it's under the land or under the sea. They say if you dig from 0 to 1,500 meters below the depth of the sea, and you find the oil, then they will give you 10% royalty. That means for every $1, they give you 10 cents and they take 90 cents. But if they dig and they pass that 1,500 meters below that 1,500 meter, then they will give you 5 cents. And it is obvious that they will find it below that 1,500 meter. So you will be celebrating that you get oil, and I will tell you that it will still be the same as Sino County, of which I'm the senator for. We have discovered 18 billion. I'm not seeing M, I'm seeing B. There's a place in Bokon, East Sino, we call Bokon Jiri, or government camp, for some of you who don't know Sino. There's a company we call ArcelorMittal, we call them Hummingbird. Hummingbird, Mr. Chairman, have discovered $18 billion worth of gold deposited in my county. And read what the agreement says. 300,000 for development for our people. and also 3 cents on each dollar for the Liberian government. So that means if they make $1 billion, the Liberian people are taking 30 million. They're not taking 300 million, 100 million, 2, 3, 4, 500 million. You know how many million make a billion? So with all of these things, yes, corruption is vast. But if you only set your mind to corruption, you are going to miss the nitty-gritty of what is really, because if you can use your own resources, all the years of 6 years, 7 years at the central bank, and as a selling to be the chief of staff of the bank, we ran the bank, I understood it. Economically speaking, your goal that you have in your country, even the central bank new governor was brought in from the plenary. And if the press go back on that tape, they will see him answering it. Your gold deposit, if deposited in your central bank vault, can bring our Liberian dollar to even par of the US dollar 1-to-1. That's how powerful your country money can be, economically speaking. But nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants the Liberian dollar to be backed by the US dollars. And so if Donald Trump, okay, yeah, Duncan, he's telling him that ArcelorMittal deal be down. And first of all, ArcelorMittal deal is in 4 years expiration. It's going to expire 4 years from now. It's not an urgent or some urgency that the end of this 2026 the DB expire. What is the rush of it being? And here's the strategy they use it. They say an extension, not an extension, but the word they're using as an amendment. How can you amend something to incorporate new ideas that you are giving to the man for additional 20 years after 2029? Then you call it amendment? Amend something that has begun, not that is ending. That is the trickery. So I was asking the Minister of Justice yesterday, I said, is this an amendment or is this a new deal? Oh, well, but then do not amend it now. Let's wait for the expiration. What I want you to always remember is fear, scariness, cowardness is one of the main reasons that we are suffering in our country. Also, I want to bring something to your attention. There is a flow that is running in Africa now. We call the economic revolution. Countries are now beginning to stand on their own and to tell our so-called partners. The first thing I want, before I come to that, first of all, don't be afraid to admit that because you are black, it is difficult for you as a black man to have their own concept in their mind. Know your history. It is history that guides you for the future. Don't forget that Africa was enslaved for over 300 years. We the blacks. They had a slavery among themselves, but as soon as they discovered black Africa, they stopped that slavery among themselves. They stopped enslaving the red color, the brown color. They came straight for the black color now because sometimes the brown color can almost look at them so they can miss them, they can run away easily and blend in their culture. But when they discovered black Africa and started carrying us, there's no way you can hide. You can't go skin your skin and then I skin there, the remaining part of the white man. No, it will get black again. So when they got us, they used us for 300 years. 3 centuries. Out of the 3 centuries, how dare were you released simply because of Industrial Revolution, and you think that the man who released you, he's in love with you? It is difficult for somebody who had in the Constitution that you are 1/3 of a human being to now see you as a full human being. The one that gave them the right to treat us as slaves, they had to have a backing, they had to have something solid. And so in their Constitution, it was indicated that black man is 1/3 of a human being. Now, 1/3 of a human being, how now do you think that love will be transcended? When they see you as something like don't have that constructive mind of thinking. If they knew that we were mindful, they would never be brave to tell us to give us 97 cents and they take 3 cents. Now you see the scenario of a monkey. Yeah, what they do. When monkey and his family are not really cultivating, but looking for food, in search of food when they break. As soon as the rain come and start beating them, all of them come together with a hand holding on some branch. And then the father will be reassuring them. As soon as the rain stop, I will build you a house. And all of them will be happy because they're coming to be living in a house. But when the sun shines, everyone forget about that house, they're going to look for food. And so this is how they see us. With all of our suffering, they don't believe we have the mindset to stand up for our people. If we could stand up for our people, it would be demonstrated. Over 2-3 millennium before you found one person to stand up. Because we're suffering so much, as soon as you give us small opportunity, we find comfort and we don't care for the rest. There's a saying in the ABC thing, I don't know if you can still remember it, but first of all, I don't think you even saw it in ABC. I'm an old man. I am in. Oh. Is he to go in? No. He is to go where? On we go. That is the philosophy. So as soon as you get there, you forget. Now let's look at the situation of George Weah.